So good morning guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be on a serious topic. Now as most of you already know that there are 700 students who are going to be deported from Canada, and you must have seen a lot of YouTube videos about this update. I personally did not make a video on this topic because there were already so many videos out there that you guys already would have heard the news. Today I want to share with you guys the latest update on this news and how will it impact the 700 students. I'll also be telling you guys how all this happened and how you can avoid from such a situation. So for all those students who still don't know what happened, so here's a quick overview for you guys. So few months back, the government of Canada denied 700 students. Most of them were already on their work permit, and the government denied them when they were in the process of applying for their permanent residency in Canada. Now all of these were students like you and me who came to Canada for their studies, completed a 2 year of study, then applied for a 3 years of work permit, and then they were going to apply for their permanent residency in Canada. Now the reason that the government gave them is that they came to Canada with a fake letter of acceptance, and they cannot give permanent residency to those candidates who came via this means. Now the catch here is that even if most of them came to Canada with a fake LOA, as soon as they landed in Canada, they changed their college to a legitimate college and continued their 2 years of study as a legitimate student like you and me, and then applied for the 3 years of work permit. Still the government is denying them, saying that the LOA that they used to come to Canada or enter Canada was fake. And a lot of students are stressed about this because a lot of students came to Canada and they did not know if their agent gave them a fake letter of acceptance. So most of these students were not even aware of this situation. So this is a small overview of what happened. Now let me talk about the latest update on this scenario. Now the latest update on this scenario is that the first student to be deported from Canada, I cannot reveal her name, she is going to be deported from Canada on May 29th, and the government has already booked her return tickets. And this is very shocking since we were expecting that these students would be heard at least by the government, and the government could provide these students with a legitimate response, but the government did not think likewise. And what makes this even more shocking is that the government was responsible for checking the students' LOA before actually granting them a visa, and the government failed to tell these students that their LOA was fake and they cannot be granted a visa. But the government did the exact opposite and granted them a visa in the very first place. And now I want to talk about the 3 things that you need to avoid if you are in your process of applying for Canada. The first thing is going to be the Canada craze. Now I understand that in India, especially in Punjab region, Ludhiana, there are a lot of students who want to come to Canada. Not only that region specifically, but all over from India, there are a lot of students like me who want to come to Canada for their studies. Now I understand that there is a craze factor, but you also need to understand now the craze of coming to Canada should not be that high that it affects your life after coming to Canada. Because I understand when you are in India, we convert everything from dollars to Indian rupees, and Canada is a country which has minimum wage and you're paid by hour. So what we think is we'll work 20 hours per week, we'll work 40 hours per week in our full-time breaks, and we'll earn this much money. And when you start converting dollars to rupees, a lot of students have that craze. A lot of students want to buy iPhones, MacBooks, buy branded clothes, and everyone has a different craze for coming to Canada. Now I understand all this, but with this craze, you should avoid the second point which I'm going to be talking about, which is going to be hurrying in coming to Canada. Now with this craze, a lot of students want to come to Canada as soon as possible, and they just go to any random agent near their location who has sent many students abroad in like 1 month, in 2 months, and who will send you in any course in Canada saying that you can go there and change your course, you can go there and study whatever you want. The main thing is just going to Canada. Right now a lot of visas are coming, so just apply, go there ASAP. And there are a lot of agents, especially in Punjab region, who take advantage of this craze among students. So I want to tell you guys that please don't do this. I know that you want to come to Canada as soon as possible. There are 3 intakes in Canada. Now I came to Canada in May intake, and there are a lot of students who come in fall intake or winter intakes. So you have 3 chances each year to come to Canada. So don't be in a rush. If you miss one intake, you can go in the next intake. Just make sure that you come in the right course, in the right college, and at the right time, in whichever intake the course is available in. Don't rush to come to Canada in a wrong college, in a wrong course, just because you want to come to Canada early. Think wisely, take your time, choose the right college, choose the right course, check the DLI of your college, and then choose an intake and plan your travel for coming to Canada. Don't just hurry your whole process. Choose a wise course which is going to align with your future, because once you come in Canada, you're not just going to be doing security jobs or part-time jobs or working in restaurants. You're going to do a good corporate job. You need a good corporate job. So for that, choose a good field which aligns with your career or studies till now that you have done in India, and then choose a course, college or university. And the third thing is going to be lack of knowledge. Now I and all the other YouTubers YouTubers that are in Canada. All our purpose is to educate you guys who are in India planning their future. And I'm not telling to just follow me. You can follow any YouTuber that you want in Canada. Everyone has gone through their experiences. Everyone is sharing their own life experiences. You guys in India have so much resources now. When I was in India, I just looked up to 2 to 3 YouTube channels in Canada who are still doing very nice, who are still so informative, and I learned from them. Now I try to make content on my life focused on what I'm doing, what my career is going to be. So I try to post a different form of content. But still, at the back of our head, all we want is all the students in India to be educated about what is happening in Canada. So guys, I have made detailed videos about how to apply in Canada, whom should you apply with, what's the whole process, all the playlist, all the videos step by step. You can go and watch all my previous videos if you want to watch about how the whole application process works. So I've made a video on each and every topic, and not only me, you can also watch other YouTubers who have posted their own journeys, and you can just follow them and get yourself educated. Because the more videos you watch, the more you learn. Because the more people you watch, the more opinions you're gonna know, and the more educated you are going to be. And you're not just going to blindly follow an agent. In my case, I always had my goal in mind, and I always chased my goal. I wanted to get into a university, so in my second course I chose a university, and I told my agent to apply in that university in which I wanted, and I just took their help in the whole process. So this is what I want you guys to do as well. Don't just go with what the agent is telling. Do your own study, make your own career plan, see where you see yourself in 5 years, plan accordingly, choose a good college or university. I would always say try to go for a university because it makes a huge impact. But if not, then there are a lot of good colleges as well. I also did my first course in a college. I'm doing my second course in York University, and I personally can give you a very unbiased opinion what is good in studying in college, what is bad in studying in college, what is good about studying in a university, what are the bad things in university, and you can make your own comparison that way. In my case, I can always say that if you want to go on the practical side, if you want to learn or do more hands-on, college is always the side. If you want to learn more theoretical, have more knowledge base, then university is the way for you. Similarly, I have so many more things that I'm going to talk about in my future videos about college or university. That's a whole different topic. But I want you guys to be aware about your own career path and choose your career path wisely. Because once you come to Canada, then 1 to 2 years are going to go by this. And lastly, my stand on whole this situation is that I don't want the students to suffer. I feel that it was the government's mistake who let these students in without checking in. So if the government has done this mistake, then you cannot just deport the students, because these students spent their 5 years, they helped you grow in your economy, they paid their tuition fees, they did part-time jobs, they did so much for the country, and they did so much for the Canadian economy. So these students should not be just treated like this. So this was my stand on this whole situation. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. I know this news was very heartbreaking for a lot of students, and I can surely imagine what these students are going through. But I hope you guys who are watching this video from India are aware about this situation. Now lastly, a small request from my end is that I want you guys to share this video with as many people as you can, so that everyone knows about this latest update and the things that they need to do in order to avoid from such situations. And if you found this video informative, make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. I'll make sure to make more informative and educational videos for you guys in the future as well. So now I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.